Alright, she said it last time, but I'm on me by now. There's nothing more for me to say. So don't say anything!
Yeah, just shut up.
Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now.
Gross.
Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome.
Cool.
That's why I'm gonna fight too.
Cool.
What if Nagato... I was thinking about this. You know the cause of death is what's omitted from the Monokuma file?
Mm-hmm.
What if Nagato just died in the most benign fashion possible?
Ow.
She put her claws in you.
Yes.
Like, I'm trying to think of, like, the most benign fashion to die.
I just ripped a tooth.
He died of hunger. Like, he
No,
starved.
he just ripped too intense of a toot and it killed him.
Like, imagine if he starved himself to death and then dropped the spear on him, and that's the big secret to this case.
I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna
Like, he
show
hasn't,
you why my
he didn't
fearsome
actually eat after the fun
retaliation.
house.
That's basically it.
Well, this was pointless.
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good place.
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this?
Let's assume Nagato died of starvation.
In the beginning,
Now.
our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
Hang on, can I check the Monokuma file again?
Yeah.
So, I'm actually, like, looking at the position of the wounds.
Don't you dare.
Like, I'm seeing if there's something I'm missing
No.
here.
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
I can't think of what we could have... Like, I think we're gonna have to go into discussion of who the
Let's bring
traitor
up
is.
whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
I mean, just spitballing isn't a bad idea if we're being honest.
Exactly! We should cooperate at a time like this.
Let's just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, we need to find out what it is no matter what. Oh, did he poison himself?
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
We're considering it's a wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
What if he was
All those
poisoned
wounds.
and then the killer was like set all this up for me?
Maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that can be seen?
I agree
I
with that.
snaked that in there. Fucking sharp shot over here.
You sniped it.
That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Have we stopped to I haven't stopped to consider the possibility that someone else has poisoned him. Like soda. Except I've considered every What if soda put poison in his soda?
It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
Would that be irony? Irony is like different from what we expect. This is more, I guess, sorta, but like not really.
I remember.
It's ironic
when I
the way
went to
people use
investigate
irony.
Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange.
This weird fan fiction
Inside
that
the
Usami
refrigerator,
wrote.
I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now
It
that you
wasn't
mention
his
it,
cabin, so I have
There's no way
perfectly
a
good.
toxin like
We
that
have nothing
resonated
but
with this
reason
at
to
all.
assume that he poisoned himself. But at that point, what does he have to gain by doing everything else?
If
It
poison
has
was
to
the
be
cause
someone
of
else
death,
poisoned him.
it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I mean, Possibly. But here, let's consider something. All the blood is out of his body.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
He was Yakuza. Like, let's not pretend we're not talking to a criminal.
But even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Plus, and he'll be out. He's wearing clothes.
Yeah, he is, every inch of him is covered.
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
But here's the thing, even if he poisoned himself...
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
I mean, we're assuming
His
it
left
took
hand
instant
was tied
effect.
up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
Sorry.
It's an instant poison.
I'm just looking. Enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Though its volatility is low, liquid is dangerous when vaporized in gaseous state. So it has to be gaseous. It has to be gaseous. We killed him. It was the did he put it in the fire bombs?
Now you're thinking with your brain space.
We killed him.
Keep going.
Fuck.
More to do. Keep going.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
Why do you? She is really insistent on this.
You're
At this,
totally overvaluing that tail.
it's more concerning that she just really does not understand it. I feel like we need to get Akane a sex ed class
If he
after
wanted
this.
to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible.
But he didn't shrink it.
Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Just kidding.
Just fucking
Are
with
there
you.
any left?
Just fucking with you.
No matter how you slice it,
yeah,
he was
so
totally killed by
I
that
remember
spear.
when Sonia said there was less supplies. Like someone said there was less fire supplies than before. When we got the fire grenades.
Yeah, I think it was Sonya.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
The way the poison entered Naruto's body, the answer is written on the warning label. Please don't make me do a Hangman's Gambit. Don't! Oh, thank God.
This one's short. Sorry.
Only 2.
Yeah.
I'm so low
You
on
are
health.
so ready to die. You cannot fuck this up.
Fuck it up! Okay. Woo!
Are you supposed to regenerate health?
What do you mean?
Isn't that something one of the skills you added was to regenerate health?
I don't think so.
What did you...
It
Have it
gives me more
regenerate.
time.
Oh, time.
I cannot regenerate my health. I can't. Alright. What state was the poison when it affected Naruto? It had to have been gas, because it only affects people in a gaseous state.
No, it affects them in both.
Fuck you!
No, you're right. I'm just saying it affects them in both. It's not that it only affects them in the gaseous.
Yeah, but like the way you said that really just made me stop and be like, God damn it.
Sorry, I just wanted to clarify.
Alright. Well, it said it's not like really volatile if you drink it. It's weird that that's the first question. I feel like
Well,
that
it
should have been
becomes
the
a lot
second
more.
one.
It becomes a lot more potent when it's in a gaseous state, so you need less.
Alright, I can see the question coming up. Because it like flashed on screen! It is flashing on screen weirdly enough.
Screen.
On screen. Like,
On screen.
like, if you go frame by frame, I'm sorry I'm gonna make you do that here, but like...
No, I see it. You'll see it. I'm pretty sure they'll see it in the recording too.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna slow down a little bit here. this bit's a little bit harder. I go really slow when I'm not speeding up. Holy crap. I've never gone slow in this minigame, so this is really goddamn slow. Holy crap. Is this what the normal speed is? Damn. That was so slow. Through his nose. Through the stab wounds, of course. Boing. Boing. I could jump off. You know, if I jump off right now, it would actually give me a heal. Like, kill myself for a heal. It's not the worst plan, considering I already have the answers. It's just also not the best plan! That motherfucker poisoned himself. I didn't do this, so I'm doing it now.
What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
Yeah, now this all makes sense. So he used the, yeah, it's more potent if it's vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
So now this makes way more sense now. Is what he did was he used the gloves so he can handle it. The gloves and the mask. Put it in the grenades. And when we threw them in, we technically killed him.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
I might be missing something, but...
Breathe that
No, you're
poisonous
right, sir.
gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
The reason we didn't bring the poisonous gas was... smoke.
No.
Wait.
Crap!
Well, at least we get to restart. Everyone doubts. I like how when just because you mess up a little bit, everyone's like, "You're the killer."
Well, it's because your influence is low. So everyone thinks that you're lying.
This is my...
All right. Yeah. This is probably the worst I've done in a case in this whole series, but that's only because of Hangman's Gambit. Let that be known. It's only because of that Hangman's Gambit. Even if I tried to focus on the other
It's written on the
stuff. Oh my god, takes me back here. Even if I only focus on the other stuff, I still got punished way too much.
Poison gas!
Like, it was even if I tried, I don't think there was a way I could have not gotten hit there. It was... So, it was because Monokuma filtered us out, but... Sprinklers?
I see! The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
I knew I should have moved past the first paragraph. And gas stays is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes. Is susceptible to hydrolysis. Oh yeah.
Hydrolysis.
Again, this is the second time I've seen this word. Because the first time was also in this series. So it's possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications.
Of course! Hydrolysis!
I mean, in all fairness, like, we're talking about lying. So when I see LY, my first thought is lie.
The chemical bonds that form the poison
It's not
are
a
broken
bad,
down
like,
into water with
LY,
sprinklers.
like, there's no reason not to think it's lie. Can we something else from that? Lie down. Go sit down over there. That bed's comfy.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But it affected Nagato because he was on the
Nagato
floor.
was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it.
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Wait, might I introduce a third method of
Yes,
death?
The true cause of Nagito's death was poison.
Could you imagine?
The wounds on his body,
Headache.
the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what?
Have you stopped?
In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already.
Nagito inhaled the
So,
poison he prepared
if
and died.
in theory, since we all threw
Still
the
sounds like a
bombs,
suicide.
what happens if like we all vote for each other? Like one of us gets a vote. Does that technically count as a right answer? But technically that means we'd still die.
Well, with this, we have a clearer
I mean,
picture.
you'll find out.
We've
so keep
also
going.
determined the true cause of death.
I think technically, like, no matter what we pick here, we lose, right?
All right. All the mysteries should be solved now. We should
No.
get on with the voting time, right?
Well, but
Hang on, have you considered the third cause of death?
There's still more?
I think it might have been a ghost. Not all the mysteries have been solved yet. In the end, Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit? I like them. I do admit I do like the X they put over him, but I'm annoyed that he gets a custom one and Ibuki doesn't. Look at this. This is a sad frame. He gets a custom one. Mikon gets a custom one. Ibuki doesn't. Just give her some drumsticks. Is that really okay?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Well, like, honestly, it should be a guitar and a bass. Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is it really okay? Can we finish this here? No, that can't
There
be.
might have been an accomplice.
The real killer. Huh?
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
Nagito really brought poison to the warehouse. Then the thing that would have been left behind is the container.
I see.
The meat on the bone, of course!
Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
I'm glad I noticed that one last second so I
Yeah.
could joke about it.
If Nagito
That's
brought
always
That one
the
pained
answer.
me.
Strange
That
we
one
couldn't
pained
find
me.
that container
Because it
anywhere,
gave you the
right?
exact answer to how it was supposed to be said.
Yeah, that one pained me when I saw it. I was like, oh, fuck you. You knew we were gonna fuck that up. Fuck you. They knew.
Carry around poison
Yeah.
without putting it
I
in-
mean, it was the first time you did it.
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Like, if we all lose, do we exit the simulation? Do I get to see Ibuki again?
The container.
Gotta stop.
Probably
She's
melted
dead,
in
dude.
the
You
fire.
No,
gotta
she's
stop.
not.
It's probably plastic or glass.
The
right?
only person dead is Byakuya
Completely
and Teru Teru.
Byakuya's not even dead. It wasn't Byakuya.
No, he's dead. He's gone. Shut up. If this is a simulation, then he died. The moment like, last game ends, he steps out the door, trips, falls on a rock, happy ending.
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
Oh my god, Lord Almighty.
There was the guns outside of Hope's Peak, so he stepped outside and the gun only shot him.
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
Everyone else survived.
Please pay attention.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice?
I am paying attention. I'm just also talking about Byakuya being dead. I'd also be okay. I'd also accept Teru Teru.
I mean, even if he had an accomplice,
Everyone else is alive though.
doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
Like Teru Teru, he exited the simulation, tripped and fell and died. Everyone I hate just trips and falls and
Someone
died
might have accidentally
miraculously.
took it away from
And
the
I totally
crime
don't have a death note that's doing this.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right. That's totally it.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
When would you be in the mood
I
for
don't
an
want to
unexpected
hurt
twist,
anyone. I don't want to get hurt anymore by hurting someone else. Everyone's tired. Tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I want to rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt. But
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us.
no, we're seeing through him because he's a
By
ghost.
calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering
Nagito
at
also
us.
tripped and died as he fell out of his matrix container.
He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh?
Yep.
He
He
didn't.
doesn't leave. He's always here. whispering.
That's why I can see through him. He didn't actually exit the matrix container. He's still here.
The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga.
Actually, no, it's not teen. This is rated M for mature.
Still,
That
that's
fuck
pretty
back
messed
up. Thank you.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is?
I mean, there's no reason we
Like
shouldn't.
Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing.
I
Like how
disagree.
Like how you and
Probably
Nekomaru
just
did
didn't
it all the
notice
time.
it. Like maybe the
Like how your
container
boobs
was hiding
have
in the
not
fire
broken that
grenade
shirt.
Oh,
And he
Ah!
figured it out.
Ah!
What is this feeling just now? Is this what it feels like to murder someone? Kinda like it. So does next. Even though it was brief, it's like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. So does next. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a clue. From there, I might be able to reach the answer. The way Nocto brought the poison, which means the thing he used as a container was... No! No! No!
you know this.
I know the answer! I figured it out earlier! Alright, just gotta be fast. Just gotta be fast. Don't need this yet. Fuck off. This is actually... What the fuck?! That's
one
not
you could've-
fair!
yeah, that one
That's
you
not
could've.
fair! Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of letters I don't need. Give me an eye. Give me an eye. I'm a shitty cheerleader. Give me an eye. No! Fuck. That eye. Hang on, I can grab it. Cool, this doesn't help me. Fuck. It's gonna give me 2 eyes at the same time, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all okay. Everything is fine. Why is it... This one's way easier than the last one. There's so much... Really?
Well, shoot it before something else hits it.
I'm sorry, I had to process the bullshit. It's actually giving me the letters I need more. This one's I hate that this one's a little bit easier.
The other thing that bugs me about how you play this
No,
is that you
no,
stare
no,
at it.
no!
Like you shoot it, like you put it together and then you just wait.
Why did I do that?
You just stare at it, and I'm like, that's just gonna get it to burst. You know that, right? Like you gotta do it fast.
Does this not look fast to you?
Well, no, like whenever the eye hit.
I was doing anything there. I got the R, and that's all I need. What? What do you mean stare? I don't get what you're talking about. What do you mean? What are you talking about? That was on me. I will admit that was for the bit, but it was for the bit, so it's okay.
No,
Everything's okay if it's for a bit.
it's not, because you do it when it's not for a bit. And
Okay, you have to admit, this is kind of impressive.
yeah,
Now, for only give me the... Why is this one easier than the last one? Alright, that time it was not for the bit. I kind of hate... Okay, now you're mocking me. It's giving me too many A's after I need the A's, which is what this game does. Because this game is evil. Oops. No! No! You son of a bitch, I hate this game. It also pulls shit like that. We're gonna get a Super E! The Super E! How long before this, I'm just gonna shoot it.
I was like, can you just...
Once other letters started appearing, I decided I needed to. But before that, we needed the Super E.
I
I
see.
try to be not angry,
got
these make it very hard.
What do you mean? The Super E was important.
The fire grenades. Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place.
I mean,
As
in all
long as he
fairness,
put
I
the
still
poison
got
in
the right
same
answer.
container he brought to the warehouse.
Like, it doesn't matter if I do it the dumb way. What matters is I did it.
It can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
Bastard. He totally knew we were gonna
fire grenades.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
Well, I honestly, it would make more sense if he did
When I
multiple, but...
first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
Ho ho! Well, do I have a secret for
Just
you?
have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
I mean...
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Aluminium, you say?
Well, I don't have anything like that. All I got is this yogurt lid.
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito
off the second
definitely
part
swapped
of
the contents of one
No,
of
she
the
just
fire
said
grenades.
Hajime, shut up.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Huh?
So his words can't clue the content. Alright, let's just show that. Let's just show the yogurt lid. Guys, take this yogurt lid. I passed it down.
You did, yeah.
That's not paper.
You went soaring past it.
I was so focused on... Because I was looking for yogurt lid.
Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
You know, you can get mad about the dumb things I say all you
That's
want,
just a
but I'm
piece of
still
trash.
getting to the right conclusions.
You are, but sometimes you make it harder on
No,
yourself and then get mad that
is
the
not
game is
just a
hard.
piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is a
You're
seal
pulling an
aluminum.
Aaron.
No, it's okay. I know it's okay. Like, we just have to figure out where the yogurt came from and we'll
Found
win
an
this.
aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
I'm on the right track here.
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and...
Aw,
gloves
Chiaki, I wanted to show those.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
Yeah, well, I mean, he
It's a
had to.
dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the
'Cause-
grenade canister, brought
Oh.
it with him, breathed it in, and died.
Oh
right?
no. We
Have you finally figured it out? This is why I wanted you to listen.
we don't know who did it. Because technically, whoever threw the grenade is the killer because they released the poison.
Yes, you still haven't figured out the core of it yet, but yeah.
So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide. Enough already.
He's so mad.
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See,
I mean, we
told
still
you.
haven't gone over the
The
bombs.
conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide.
But
End of
wait!
Story.
Wait.
I admit that there wasn't
Why
a...
he's standing over the dead body?
Misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
Jackie's figured it out. She's like, I got
Yeah,
this,
she's.
guys.
I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
That a dinosaur did it.
That. It was Nagato from the future.
What the
Wait.
hell?
Bitch, what?
Still want to keep going?
He's so mad. Honestly, I'm living for pissing soda off, so let's keep going.
There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, now technically we can classify it as a murder.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized...
Can we just assume it is Soda through that specific grenade?
The horrifying
If it
truth?
is, then it makes me so... I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say that it's Hajime, because goddamn.
Goddamn.
It probably
Honestly, I've been wrong about most of that stuff. Like, usually it's like, is it gonna be Hajime? And then it's like, Fuyuhiko. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is it gonna be Hajime? Hey, Akane. Uh-oh. The more the fire grenades were brought, and the more Naruto breathing poison were the same. Could that same moment be when we all threw the grenades?
I see. Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so.
There's an easy solution. We figure out which one had the poison, fingerprint it, determine it's Soda, execute him.
The poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
Us!
Us.
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. The Nagito was...
Murdered.
He didn't kill himself.
It was an accidental murder.
You said so yourself. You said Nagito committed suicide.
Look, we have to backtrack a lot in this case.
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
We don't know.
Do you know?
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Huh?
Let's
Person's
go
good.
along with it. We'll figure it out, I promise. At least I hope you will.
I mean, technically, Nagito Komaeda prepared it.
Yes.
But it's one of us.
No! Who prepared the fire grenade? Who poured the poison in the fire grenade?
I thought you meant. I thought by first you meant who threw it.
No.
We just discussed
Like
this
who
a
was
few
prepping
minutes
it to
ago.
throw.
No.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade?
That was also not one of us. Duh.
I see. That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you
Think
gonna
this last
ask the
question will
same
get you
damn
there.
question?
The
Maybe.
next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
The reason Nagito to make someone throw the poison.
I see.
I mean, I was already at this conclusion.
Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire
By God,
grenades?
the real bomb was a grenade.
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
Why would he do this?
It was a trap.
A trap?
Yeah, to make us throw the fire grenades.
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito.
This is why I
It was
knew you
all
wouldn't
a
figure it
trap
out,
to make
'cause you
one
still
of us
haven't
throw
figured
the
it out.
poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
Monokuma!
How are we
No.
gonna...
The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
How are we gonna determine who threw the grenade?
How are we gonna determine who threw the grenade? I want you to think about everything we know up until now. Who made the grenade? Who set the fire to make the grenade? Why did he do it in this way? And
So,
why did Nagito specifically do this?
why did Nagito specifically do this?
Uh-huh.
So why he specifically did this?
Let me rephrase. What did Nagito want more than anything
To
near
find
the end
the
here?
traitor.
Correct.
So this final so the traitor threw the grenade is what you're saying.
Yes, and why would that be the case?
Because they want Nagito dead.
No. Because they didn't know that it was a poison grenade either. What do we know about Nagito Komaeda that would make it so that he of all people would get it so that randomly the traitor would be the
He's
one?
lucky.
There you go.
So so now we have to figure out who the traitor is because they threw the grenade.
There you go. Caught you up to speed.
Could it be? Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't
I'll be honest,
intentional
I always
murder.
forget about his
This was a
luck.
murder that
This is a
Nagito forced someone
consistent
to
thing
do.
throughout this case because I don't take luck into cases. I take facts, but the fact is he's lucky.
The fact is he's a lucky motherfucker.
And for that reason,
Like I separate luck and facts, but in this case, the fact is luck.
he put the fire
But I
grenade
separate the
that
luck from
filled
facts, but the
with
fact is luck,
grenades.
but the luck is facts, and the fact is luck. My brain doesn't hurt.
My brain doesn't hurt.
Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was
I mean, he
Nagito's
was
true
dead,
goal.
so technically, he wasn't dead when that happened, though.
What?
He was lucky up until the end.
What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
And then
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him.
he actually created it so we would figure out who the traitor is. If we solved the case. I mean, if we didn't, we'd all die. In which case, Hope is dead, and so are all of you.
The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor.
You have to imagine that he technically had this poison on him since the Octagon, so he's been playing this since the last case.
Because of Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison.
Wait, it's covering his nose. He's still alive. It actually is like covering his nose in this art.
And then...
Hold on. If that's true,
You know,
can't say
the
poison
worst
was the
part
cause of
about
death.
this thought is the fact that I've only had one theory for who the traitor is. And I actually have evidence for that theory. And I hate it. Because now that means I think I know who the killer is now. And I don't want that person to be the killer. This sucks.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right. Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison.
That's a technicality and you know it. He's still
Are you fucking serious?
Like, technically, I still
This is trap
classify
all
this as a
along.
suicide.
Even the wounds all over
I
his
technically
body.
know,
not.
but
Mess with the
it's
evidence for
technically an
what actually
accidental
happened.
murder.
Yes.
It's-
And it's also because the poison is instant. The second you
His
inhale
true
it, you
goal
die. The
was
reason he
creating a
dropped
murder
it was
that
because he
nobody
was
can
already
solve.
dead at that point.
He wanted to prove
Inhaling
to
the
us
poison.
there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end.
I think that's actually the one piece of evidence we haven't covered, who the traitor is.
You'll get there. Just keep going.
I know, but we also haven't covered that. I'm just seeing if there's anything else we haven't gone over. We haven't gone over the bombs, but honestly, if we go over the bombs at this point, I'm gonna be like, why?
However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved.
Joke's on you. I can solve it. Do you think Monokuma had to play a replay on this one, like over and over again, to figure out who had the death grenade?
No.
Probably not, but it's funny
No,
to think he
he
did.
already knows who the traitor is. He said that over and over again.
Yes, but it's funnier to assume that he had to watch this over and over again.
I think he says he did play it back to make sure.
Yeah.
Not all mysteries can be solved.
Fuck you, I solved this.
Such a devious trick he played
No,
on
shut
you,
up.
as
You're not here.
expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
So the traitor's Soda, and I'm going with that.
It is my fault.
If I
because
keep
told
saying
you
it,
all
it will
about
be
the fire
true.
grenades.
This is my spirit board, and when you put something on a spirit board, it becomes reality. That's how this works.
I am so
mean your
sorry.
vision board?
Please vote me as the killer.
I've heard people call it spirit board. I've heard people call it vision board, but it's essentially the same thing.
That's not the fucking issue here.
We'll just make sure we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah,
It's not
my vision is
Soda's fault.
is
This
Soda's
all
corpse.
Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
Draw straws.
It's impossible.
I know that's wrong, but it's also funny.
Possible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
Wrong.
However,
I mean,
Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras.
technically, he'd be able to see who. He'd be able to zoom in and see who has the tampered with fire grenade.
Monokuma doesn't know. This trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever.
I have ESP.
I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times.
That's it. I rewound this like 500 times, but don't tell anyone.
I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonya, and one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Only 3 times yesterday?
Please stop! I will never become queen!
Technically, one of those. I mean, if we're thinking about it, one of those it's only 2 times, and then a 3rd time for it.
How can you? I'm so jealous. I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
ESP.
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Let's all just vote soda.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning?
Is this the closing argument?
I want to make
Yeah.
sure my...
Oh,
This
cool.
trial is an interesting one.
Because the closing argument isn't a closing argument.
Because the closing argument is kind of in the middle of the trial.
Alright. Don't worry, I have the comic book ready. I've been working on it really hard. I drew Nagito's corpse, honestly very detailed, which is going to traumatize me for life. But I drew
I
it.
like the idea that Monokuma has the comic book like on the iPad,
Well, yeah.
and then everyone just goes through the slideshows.
No, I think it's funnier to assume that Nagito drew it. He's worked very hard on this. Don't take this from him. Nagito did that last trial. He barely got to do it.
I got it. Let's
He
do
works
this.
really hard on his comic books. He might be a reserve student, but this is the only thing he has.
You mean Hajime, not Nagito?
Shut up.
You kept saying Nagito.
It's because Nagito doesn't have a mind of his own. Okay.
Maybe
Uh,
read the clues for the panels? You're just like scrolling past them, and I'm like,
What was inside Nagito's refrigerator?
Hello,
Well, I
Sis
honestly
Secret.
just, let's see. Right before switching the poison, he had to peel off the lid, I assume. What's placed inside the break room? There's a lot of fire grenades. What's beyond the Monokuma panel? Tick.
In later, it go.
The whole body wasn't tied up. How do you support the spear? Oh, that's not. I thought it was the. In order to hurt himself, he needed the. Oh wait,
Not
no.
yet.
He needed the stabby bear. He needed his Build-A-Stab.
Build-A-Stab! Available now at your local Build-A-Bear!
Naruto's video message was. Alright, let's start with. That's a creepy image.
Yeah, Nagito's a creepy person, so it fits.
Oh. So that goes there. Oh man, I got an extra 10 seconds. Let's see. How do you support the spear? His whole body wasn't tied up. Would it be this? How do you support the spear? That's that image, so it doesn't matter. So it must be this one. The reason he went to the warehouse was. So the video message would be before all this. Oh man, I actually like how all of us are the gray person this time. God, his face there. I want to hurt himself. That's that image, so that doesn't come into play at all. Where's the? It has to be this one, but where does it go? The reason we want. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's why. Because this is the fireworks going on. I thought that was an explosion for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, let's play some music on the MP3 player. The poison from the shag grenade is... Put that one goes there. What made the spear fall? Alright, this one goes over here. I will say, while I do like this minigame, I do think it's very slow. Oh, wrong one. I thought it was the other one. How bad? I thought it was on the next page. That was my mistake. That was a lot.
Mistakes happen.
Oops, I let go of the cord. Oops, guess I'll die.
Oopsies!
That's a funny one.
It's very funny.
What made the spear fall? Throwing the fire grenades. Oh look, doubles. Go fish. Got the spear with cord with my left hand. In order to hurt himself. How to support the spear. Dink. Last stop. Be extra careful when forming the switcheroo. Alright, so this one goes up the front, this one here. Naruto appears at the restaurant. I don't even think there's any images of him at the restaurant here.
There is.
Is there?
Uh-huh. Right here. We'll see. There he is.
Oh, and this is when he tells us all his and begins the whole thing. And it's a good thing no one saw him saying this up in the warehouse after that whole thing. Or would have hurt himself. I mean, you didn't have to nod. I kind of guessed that that was
Here's
the thing.
everything that
Thank
happened
you.
in this case.
Thank you for the confirmation.
Access quick clock.